We're here in Pennsylvania, out in public land, federal forest, places near and dear to my heart. Been coming here since '93, and this just happened. And I'm at a loss for words. It's just amazing coming out here and to have a beautiful buck like this. I just can't wait to share the story with you.
Well, we're on our way to Pennsylvania, year 2 for myself and Dylan.
Let's go.
We're currently driving through a snowstorm. So that was different this year than it was last year. And Jeff's been coming out here since 1993. So, and Dylan and I are just on year 2.
Yeah, and this is kind of, I think I was saying that over half the years it's snowy of some kind. And gone through this, we're right around, we're getting close to Erie, PA, and there's a lot of lake effect snow. So you get into this area, but I had family out here at that time and started coming. I think this is I believe it's season number 22. The years go by. I missed a few years here and there, but most recently came out in 2018, 19, 23, and then now 24. So I was part of a cabin for a long time. The guys, I'm hoping we can go visit them maybe tomorrow night, depending on how the hunting goes. But big national forest, public land. I love the area out here. It's not the biggest of bucks, but I just love coming out. It's beautiful. So it was kind of a really cool experience to bring Dylan and Jen out here last year so they could experience it too.
Yeah, and our strategy this year is going to be a little different than it was last year. Last year we sat on the ground, which we're going to do this year, in an area where deer travel between bedding and food. And Jeff shot his buck last year, and this year it's going to be a little windy, so we're going to do things a little bit differently. Yeah,
one of the things we do out here is we still hunt a lot, and still hunting usually is, maybe second day, third day. We're only going to hunt 2 days. But with the weather conditions like this, where it's super windy, what you find is the deer a lot of times are pushed to the lee side of the ridge. And when they're pushed to the lee side of the ridge, it's kind of nice because obviously if you're hunting hollows and we're hunting in hills, it's 600-700 foot change in elevation, so big hills, bigger than at home in Wisconsin and certainly in Minnesota. Well, they'll go to that quiet side and they'll really pile in there. So with that being said, we really like going down the finger ridges where they might be 100 yards wide on top, 50 yards wide, and you'll look over on the left side, right side, and look down at a bench area, pick a big tree, look over, see if you can see a deer, and then you'll back out, go to the middle of the ridge, and you'll go down 150 yards and do it again. And then you'll come back up the other side. So that's one thing. There's 2 areas I like hunting above a hemlock line. The hemlocks are in the bottoms. When it's nasty and snowy like this and cold, the deer go there. And so I like starting out up high, getting in some of those funnel areas of saddles and benches and points where they all come together up top. And then we're going to migrate over to where we can watch those upper bowls with the wind at our back. You go down about 30, 40 feet in elevation. You pick a flat spot next to a big tree, and then you just sit. And if you get cold, it's going to be in the 20s, low 20s, up to 28 mile an hour gusts, they're saying. Then you just get up, go do what we were talking about, still hunting for an hour or 2, get warmed up, and come back and sit. So we'll have a combination of a little bit of still hunting, a lot of sitting. When we get cold, we'll get up and move. And so that's kind of the strategy for this time, and it's worked a lot throughout the years. So expect to see something. We just don't know what size, and kind of go from there.
The goals out here in Pennsylvania are a little bit different than the goals in Minnesota and Wisconsin. In Minnesota, we're shooting bucks that are 5 years old or older, and then in Wisconsin, we're shooting bucks that are 4 years old or older. In Pennsylvania, it's a little bit different, hunting public land. We could see pretty much anything. However, there are antler restrictions here, and so there at least has to be 3 on one side. Jeff, you've shot bucks kind of a little bit all over the place, from a night like small 10s to really nice 8s. Your buck last year was really nice.
Yeah, and it's kind of it's really changed throughout the years. In '93, we would literally see 30 to 40 deer come through the hollow, like a herd coming at you, and there might be 2 or 3 spikes in there in a 4-point, and you couldn't get a shot because there's so many deer. I'm not kidding. And over the years, they started aggressive antlerless harvest, and in my opinion, too much. They've kind of overdone it. It's really easy to overshoot your does on public land, not so much on private because people stockpile depending on the property, and so you can have a wide variety of deer population on private land, but in public you can really hit it low, and it's low out here, really low. But that being said, throughout the years, and I was a part of a camp that's been around for about 50 years now, and I was there when they shot their 200th buck. I would say they're about 250 bucks right now, and they always kept record of the exact weight and number of points, and it's crazy throughout the years. I think in the first 34 years, they shot, they only shot, I think it was 10 bucks that were 8 points or more in that 34 years. In the next 4 years under antler restrictions, they shot 15 bucks that were 8 points or more. So it really just drastically changed, and with that, the age changed drastically too. So we could see a 6-year-old buck out here. We could see a 2-year-old. I probably would pass up a 2-year-old, but definitely would shoot a 3-year-old. And Jen, you'd probably happily shoot a nice little 7 or 8 point.
Yes, I would.
On public land?
Yeah,
first,
I would.
First buck out here?
First buck ever.
Yeah,
on
so
public land.
It has changed throughout the years, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's a different experience. Like we've said before, I'll say this, and people get on me about this a little bit, but we do come out here to relax. The decisions are not critical of what stand to go to, how that affects next month, next week, tomorrow.
Yeah, but even if you kind of talk about the wind too, you're saying the wind's at our back, and we're looking at bulls. So are you concerned about the wind?
Yeah, that's a good thing you brought up. So what will happen is the wind will swirl over the top of us and come up, and except for that last hour, if the temperature is going down that last hour, we don't have to worry about saturating that area down below us because we're hunting up high, probably 150 to 200 feet in elevation below. And so until those thermals are going down in that last hour, they're just going to swirl around up top. Makes it really advantageous for us. Anyways, right now we're just hoping to get there safely. That's the big thing. It's really snowy. There's a car in the ditch every couple miles. We're currently traveling about 38 miles an hour, and I'd like to go a little bit faster. So, but hopefully it's supposed to start lightening up, and we'll hit the woods tomorrow. Well, Jen just left us. We left Jen, however you look at it, but we got up to a point on here where she's going to go right. We're up here high. She's going to cover a saddle over on this side where she hunted last year. She's going to still hunt her way there. And then we're about 200 yards from where we're sitting where I shot my buck last year. Unfortunately, there's a guy down that way. Would you say he's about 300 yards now? Yeah, probably about 300 yards down there. He came in the same way we did, so needle in a haystack type thing, but that happened in 2019 up here. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the same person. But anyways, we're gonna go get settled in so we can watch, and kind of cool. We passed a fresh scrape on the way in, so that was really nice. So it's nice to see Jen. She's slowing down, and we can look for deer. This is a really good movement spot. Not like where you see a parade of deer, but you see consistent movement all day long. It seems like if people are moving around or if it's snow and cold, people are gonna move around, probably like us. There's a deer right there. It's a nice one. Shoot him. Yeah.
I think you nailed him, dude.
You think so?
I think so.
I just had a nice buck moving from left to right up the hill. And I stopped him. He was about 150 yards away. His head was behind a tree in his neck. And so I held right behind his shoulder and I was shaking pretty bad. The crosshair was going up and down in that kill zone. And then I just tried to touch it off as best I could. And he spun and went away and I didn't see him anymore. We're going to go check it out, see if there's some blood. What's your here? Right here. There you go.
There he goes. Nice work, buddy.
That one down?
Yeah.
Is that down?
Yeah, he's down. I'm at a loss for words here, bud. Bring it here. Congratulations, buddy. That's awesome. No way.
We just shot a buck, and he's a really nice one. You know, we come out here, and if he's got a rack on him and he's decent, you know, at least 3-year-old plus, he's a nice buck. Public land, Pennsylvania. He's right over there, and what I want to do is I'll finish up this little talk right here. I just want to get to where I can see him and know that he's down. I know he's down. I just want to make sure he's right over there, like 50 yards away. So. Love bringing you guys along for the ride on this. I don't know if you can tell the emotion between Dylan and I shooting this deer. Jen, I can't wait for her to get over here. She was about a half mile, 3/4 mile away, making her way this way. Just this whole hunt. I've been coming out here literally since 1993, 2024 right now, and I think this is my 22nd gun season opener. And shot a lot of bucks out here, 17 bucks, 18. I don't even know what number this is. It's somewhere around there. Federal land. It's an area where it hasn't been cut in a long time. Big timber, smaller bodied deer, but I just love it. And this is a higher end deer for out here that I've seen. I'm not saying there's not some a lot bigger, but this is what we see, and I'm not going to not shoot this buck. You know, coming out here, we hit a bunch of snow. We ended up north in New York. We had to go way around the expressway. It was bad. There's one spot where there's 13 cars in a ditch. They had to pull them all out before we could get through. We got here 3 hours later than we thought. We started at 3:30 in the morning. Got here at what, Dylan? 7, I think.
8:30.
8:30. I'm off. Thought we were gonna be here at 5. We got here at 8:30. But coming out this morning, I had a bad chest cold, and so I think it was an hour and a half in, uphill almost every step. You know, we settled in. It's cold. It's 22 degrees, 23. We got fresh snow, obviously. And the whole idea coming out here is getting in an area where we can get around thick areas, around points, use a point to get in where we think deer on the backside, and then get into an area of benches and saddles where deer will move over a long distance. And especially when there's snow like this. We saw a hunter coming in pretty close to where we were, 500-600 yards away. We went around them. Jen saw 2 hunters on the way to where she was going. We had a hunter walk to us about 50 yards away while we're sitting, but we're just watching a thick area here. And I've learned throughout the years that, yeah, you can move and shoot them. We've done that. But especially opening day, I really like sitting and watching a somewhat thick area that's facing south. I had the wind in our face, and we were sitting for maybe 45 minutes. All of a sudden, he's coming up. He's coming out of this thick stuff, coming up the side of the ridge. You know, I just feel like you get these deer, and it just feels lucky. I feel very fortunate. I told Dylan, you know, we got to remember these feelings when we're out here another year and we don't get one. But I've been real fortunate. 2019, 23, now 24. Those last 3 years have come out, and I've been blessed with really nice bucks. So we come out to hunt a day, 2 days at the most. And we talked about if we got a buck on opening day, we'd maybe go home tomorrow. And we both have family. Dylan's super busy this time of year too, and we want to get back and see our families, and got a lot of work to do now. We're going to cut him up out in the woods here. We'll debone him, put the meat in packages. We're actually going to take it home and we'll can him. So he'll be some really good meals coming forward. But a lot of hard work, tiring, but feel both blessed and very lucky, very fortunate. So about 150-yard shot. First shot was a killing shot. You can see actually where it came out on the exit on the backside. He shot him through here. So lungs, liver, somewhere around in that area. And again, you know, you stand over here, it seems like a dream. It's all of a sudden I had said something when I was in Minnesota and I shot a buck with my bow. It's kind of like that got out of hand quickly, and that's kind of what happened. You're sitting there 1 minute wondering how long you're going to be able to make it because it's cold. And you know, my body was warm, my feet were even warm, my fingers just even right now, tips are feeling numb. So I get them back in my hand warmer tube here. We dressed for, I put a Gore-Tex gaiter around the hand warmer, keep the wind from getting in there. Have heat packs. I have a battery heat pack I didn't even break out yet. I was waiting until my hands got really cold. We were planning on a little still hunting today, but it's over. So hope you guys really enjoyed the story as much as we do delivering it. But something different out here. You know, I talk about coming out here, it's relaxing. What I mean by that is we just enjoy these hills and the beauty. If we spook something, we spook something. We're not worrying about tomorrow's sit the next day. We're not planning for a month ahead if we spook something, or a week from now. And John's getting close, so I'll wrap this up. But it is relaxing out here. It's enjoyable, and it's a really different set of emotions coming out here and finding a mature buck out in Pennsylvania public land. It's a special place, and hope you enjoy the story. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. You're our best followers. You followed all the way to the end of the video. Really invite you to check out our website. We have our earthway spreaders for sale. Great Christmas presents. We're booking clients right now, all 5 of us. So by the end of December, it seems early, but by the end of December, our schedule will be booked for 2025. It's hard to believe. I'm already booked for December and most of January, February. We have our web classes, the rut web class, how to design your whitetail property, and really important, hunting hills and thermals, understanding the wind. Those are great products on our site, all the books. Thank you so much for watching all the videos, buying the seed that you did this year. Really appreciate you.